Beryl, do you have a question, Beryl? Your hand's up. No. Okay, fine, good. I didn't know if something had gone wrong that end. Okay, welcome everybody to this evening's team call. I'm really excited for this one in particular, and I'm so glad to have you guys on this journey with me and Nathan. And as we kind of spoke in the last call, we really want to change things up a bit and do our best to reach your needs right now, right? So I'm feeling much more going away from the presenting type of team calls where I'm not even sure if that's really motivating or if that's really hitting the spot, to what we're going to be doing tonight and moving forwards is going to be more interaction for sure. More I want this to be like a really safe place. Okay, so yes, we're going to inspire on these team calls. Yes, we're going to motivate and set challenges, and it's a place we can also be real as well. Like, it's a safe place. Like, some of you might not have direct uplines you can reach out to, and I feel like it's important in doTERRA to share everything, right? Your ups, your downs, your wins, your runs. You're like asking, oh, how does everyone else do this? You know, because then we don't stick in our blocks for as long as we will if we're left to it on our own and left in our own heads, which sometimes can be our worst enemies, right? So I really want these places to be a safe place. I'll be vulnerable too. I'll share things as well. And we can lift and motivate and strengthen each other and actually chat about the things that you guys want to chat about. So these team calls are going to be kind of led by each of you. Now, tonight, I am going to present a little bit, like writing down my thoughts on finding. And I just had some thoughts I want to kickstart with. And certainly next month, we're going to continue this topic of finding, because really, to be honest with you, this is the thing that's going to turn your business around, right? And this is the thing that's going to get your business going to the next level. If you're just starting, it's the thing that's going to really start your business. Finding is this continuous thing. So I feel that we can go on this journey together, right? And learn and grow together. And actually, I've got some challenges at the end of this month that will then come back a month later. So in October, that's when we'll do some real sharing. So most of the call next month will be a lot about you guys coming back, feeding back on what you've been trying, feeding it back on what you've been doing, any things that you've come across that you can then discuss together. And I'll split you into groups more next month. So today it might feel a bit like I'm presenting a bit at the beginning, which I am going to be. And rest assured, there will be interaction in this team call, and certainly moving forward, there'll be more interaction. And we've got other diamond leaders on this call, and not that you have to be a diamond leader to have anything useful to say, by the way. You know, a brand new person can like say something like so helpful for all of us. So it's not just diamond leaders that I'm going to ask for help with questions here, but we'll have some time, like I said, more on the next team calls. And I'll be definitely calling on some other leaders here to just jump in as well, because obviously you're leading teams too, and to share anything that you think might be helpful, okay, as well. So it's lovely to see Peter. I can see our incredible diamond leader. Hi, Peter. Saskia's traveling tonight, so she can't join us, but she's going to join us for most of our team calls. She's another diamond leader in Germany, so she'll have another perspective as well. So we all have different. Oh, there she is. There's Saskia. I can see her. So she might not be able to speak tonight because she's driving, and she leads an incredible team in Germany and has a different way of doing things as well. So you'll have perspectives from diamond leaders and also from each of you. So everyone that's doing the business has something important to share, right? And value to give. And that's what we want to feed off, is like from each other. So first of all, a couple of announcements. We have got some tours coming up. So the dates aren't being released quite yet, but keep your eyes out for your email that you'll get, a newsletter from doTERRA corporate telling you about these tour dates. So doTERRA is going to go on tour. Sally and Lisa, Becky Bowles Senior will be at all of them. I'm going to hope to join most of them, and some local leaders will hopefully join us as well. And we're going to come to various points around the country to connect with as many as people as we can, and again share some oil education and some business motivation as well. So that's coming, and it's going to be October and November. Those dates are going to be okay. So just look out for those on Bloom and in your email. Can you put a P in the chat if you're doing Premier Club this time? I just want to kind of get a picture of who's doing Premier Club. So put a P in the chat. Oh, hey, Nate's here as well. Fantastic. So we can have me and Nathan are in separate counties at the moment. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, there's some there. Fantastic. Okay, great. Good to know. All right, so first of all, actually, last April at the weekend past at an incredible elite retreat event with Vanessa Ovens, who is a presidential diamond from Australia. And she was telling me about what oil she's used for pain. And I thought this would be really helpful for her to share her testimonial, because pain is something, actually, myself, I have confidence that the oils can really take all the pain. You know, sometimes with most things, I'm very confident with the oils, and with pain, I hadn't really heard a testimony quite as strong as this, where the oils had helped so much with pain. So April, would you be able to unmute yourself, please, and come on and just share your story with me in like a couple of minutes, if that's okay?
Sure. Okay, I'll give you a little bit of perspective. I suffer from sciatica from a back injury, and it is chronic pain. On medication from the doctors, can't think straight. It's 5 different medications going in all directions, if you get my meaning. And you can't concentrate, you can't literally do anything. You can't lay down, you can't stand up, you can't think straight, engage with anything, because all you can deal with is this pain all the time. And it was going on for months and months, and I couldn't work. I was to the point of getting hooked on these medications, and it was very early on in my doTERRA journey. So I started to ask some questions. I thought there must be another way. I can't see my life continuing having to take all this medication just to watch my life pass by and not be a part of it, because that's how it feels. So I started investigating, and I did a lot of research. Took a long time because you can't concentrate very well. And what I found was that along with the essential oils, there's many other ways that you can work to relieve pain naturally. And I put together then my 7 steps to wellness, which incorporates many aspects of life: sleep, movement, your medication, diet, hydration, positive mental attitude, and self-care and self-love. And all these aspects, and the oils filter into every one but one of them, to support you in your everyday life. Now, what I was doing with the oils and any physical activities or anything that I was doing as I was researching, if it said reduce inflammation, I was doing it. If it said calm the nervous system, I was doing it. So many different things to support your whole body system. If we're focusing on oils, I broke it down into 3 groups mainly. The first group consisted of deep blue stick, frankincense, copaiba, and lavender. So why did I choose these? Well, deep blue stick, as we know, has got copaiba in it, which is the active ingredient that really helps us with pain and discomfort. So that was my best friend, and that was glued to my side. And boy, did I get through some deep blue sticks. But what else I was using was the frankincense and copaiba oil on its own. Frankincense on the roof of my mouth, copaiba a drop under my tongue, 2 or 3 times a day, because all those 2 really help calm the nervous system. If you can calm the nervous system, then your body, the pain receptors are calmer, so you're experiencing less pain. And lavender I was using just literally to calm everything down. As you know, lavender is very soothing. So that was my first group of oils. Lavender also helped me relax and reduced all the anxious feelings because when you've got anxiety and stress, that increases the pain as well, because sciatica is nerve pain all down one side. And if you're tense and stressed and you're not relaxed, if you're in fight and flight, you are feeling much more pain. The second group of oils was turmeric capsules, serenity, balance, geranium, lemon, and wild orange. Well, the turmeric capsules were available right at the end of my pain journey, and I now manage my pain with the turmeric capsules and my everyday actions to support myself in life and minimizing pain. That's in the sleep, the movement, diet, hydration, and positive mental attitude and self-care. All those aspects help minimize my pain and keep it away. So turmeric capsules really help to reduce inflammation in the body. Serenity, my sleep was completely shot. If you're not sleeping, you're not healing. So I really focused on getting good sleep. So I embraced the Serenity capsules, the oils. I was wearing the oil, I was inhaling the oil, and I was getting it in me. I was using balance as well, day and night, to also help with grounding and relaxing. Geranium and wild orange I was using as part of a self-care routine, and really taking the time to have that, as an example, a long hot bath with the geranium and wild orange. And so I was wearing the oils. I was in the bath with the oils all over me. And I was then inhaling the vapors of those oils, which was absolutely divine. And you're sending really strong messages to yourself that you are so worth all this extra effort and self-care. You're taking care of yourself. It really helps to calm things down. In the bath also was the magnesium flakes and red sea salt, because you want that magnesium right to get into the body. That helps with inflammation as well. So that second group, they're looking at rest and relaxation and self-care, really. The lemon was in my water because that's helping to uplift me, along with the wild orange. That's very uplifting, as we all know. And the lemon was also helping to cleanse my gut. That brings us on to group 3, because we're looking at digestion and what we're eating. So this group of oils is to do with supplements. So it's LLV, PB Assist, Terrazymes, and I brought in Forgive oil. There's 2 parts to this section. So everything to do with digestion, really get the food that I was eating, because it was limited, because the medication that I was on wrecks your appetite. So you don't want to eat. And what you do get into you can't pass through, because the medication is stopping it all. So you've really got to get your digestion going again. So all of that helped to get it going and to help get me onto an even kill when I could start coming off the medication. The second part to this of group 3 is the Forgive oil. The biggest reduction of pain for me, I went into, and believe me when I say I was verging on the point of desperation, I understood that one of our lovely ladies, Karina, you might know her from Kathy's group, she did something called emotions aromatherapy. And I thought, I'm desperate, I'll give anything a go. So I went through with Karina on a 6-session emotions aromatherapy program. And we looked at all sorts of things. And emotions aromatherapy really looks at the things that you're going through, what you're physically presenting on your face and on your tongue. So it incorporates traditional Chinese medicine. And it's also the language you use. So I went through the whole process with her. When I started, I was on 9 out of 10 for pain. And this was at the peak of my pain. So it was extremely bad. After 3 one-hour sessions with Karina, I was down to 3 out of 10 for pain, which meant it was manageable. I could start to live my life. I could bear the pain and could start to make headway. And the first oil that we get to use doing emotions aromatherapy is the blend called Forgive. And what this oil does, it really starts to break down those barriers that you have in being open to looking at different ways of healing and different viewpoints. And also you start to forgive yourself for various things as well that you're working through. So this Forgive oil was the start of my emotions aromatherapy journey. I found it so powerful, the whole emotions aromatherapy journey. I decided to train in it as well with the Cambridge College of Holistic Healing. And it's just an amazingly incredible, powerful therapy to help people, particularly for me, remove pain. It can also help with many other ailments as well, emotions aromatherapy. So it's hugely beneficial for many different reasons. And because I found that all this worked really well for me in all the areas that I mentioned about the sleep, the medication, diet, hydration, positive mental attitude and self-care, I've actually put together a membership program, a program that people can join and work through their pain. And it's launching on the 1st of October, which I'm hugely excited about. And this has brought together all the things that I learnt about managing pain for myself. And I've since worked with other people to reduce their pain and got some amazing results. So instead of people being stuck in the armchair for months on end, I've been able to move them within 2 or 3 days, get them out of the chair and moving and doing and back into life instead of watching their life just pass them by. So that's what I've been up to. And it's hugely powerful for me. It's my why I do this. And I always say, if I can help just one person not go through what I went through, then I've succeeded. And I've done that more than once now. Helped a few people on their way reducing their pain. So yeah, lots of ways you can support yourself and other people with pain. All right, Becca?
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you, April. Yeah, people are moved by that, and I was so moved by that as well. And that's driven your big why, which is beautiful, April, because that's your unstoppable why that will enable you to break, through everything. So thank you. We're going to come back to April a bit later on in the call as well, to share some finding, a tip that we learned at the weekend as well, April. So we'll come back to you. So my first question to you all is the question of, you've read Brené Brown. She talks about being in the arena. Are you in the arena in your business right now? And what does that mean exactly? Okay, that means, are you fully sweating it out, putting your all in your way, so you know your potential? You can't compare yourself to others here. You're just looking at yourself now. Are you fully in the arena of your business? Are you in full action mode? This could mean that you're so-called failing. I don't actually believe in failing, especially when it comes to doTERRA. You could be slipping and sliding all over the arena floor and not able to get your head up. That's fine. You're in the arena. Or are you perhaps a spectator and sitting and watching others, perhaps letting excuses or blocks stop you from getting out of your chair? So if my first challenge to you, and then my question to you, and if you don't have to put this in the chat, but is put a 1 in the chat if you want to, and you are committed from this point on, and it could be continued, you could already be in the arena, but from this point on, we're going to grow together over these team calls to be in the arena. Are you committed to being in the arena in your business, which means not being perfect, not having guaranteed success, let's say? It doesn't mean you're enrolling every month, perhaps. I mean, that's what we're going to go to in this call. We're going to help you enroll every single month, because that's obviously part of the business, but it's giving your everything to this business in the time that you have. Are you in the arena in your business? Okay, that's great. Continue to put your ones into the chat. Okay, the only way to have success, guys, is action. And this is what has kind of helped to motivate these change in team call and listening from feedback from you guys as well, is because, you know, we all experience fear. We all experience excuses. There's blocks in all of us, right? But unless we're in action, then I love this quote that I learned recently. Someone said, God cannot steer a parked car. And that hit me like lightning at the time. You know, whatever you believe in, with that inner drive in you, that you're waiting for that inspiration, you're not going to get that inspiration from watching videos, really. You'll get some. You're not going to get it from sitting down, planning. You're not going to get all the inspiration until you get into action. As soon as you get into action, the inspiration gates start flowing. And wherever you believe that comes from, whatever divine place that comes from, you have to get into action for that to happen, okay? Get out to that planning stage. The planning, the sitting back, the researching is a little bit of it. And that's the very comfortable place that your mind is going to want to keep you, right? In that comfortable place. And you actually want to be in an uncomfortable place. Everyone feels fear. Everybody feels fear. And it's okay. And it's about learning to embrace that fear. And as I said, this is a safe place. And I'm going to share some things as well in this safe place. You know, for me, it's been a while since I've been in full finding mode, like where finding's been the absolute focus of my business, okay? It was my focus for 3 years in my business. It was like the biggest chunk of my business was finding. And then there were other things I needed to do in my business and other choices I made. And recently, I'm choosing to get back in that arena of finding, when 90% of my business is now going to be finding. And to be absolutely honest with you all, I am feeling quite scared, sickly scared, that I remember feeling in the first kind of parts of my business. And this sickness is actually even bigger this time because I have high expectations of myself, right? So the sickness, I'm feeling it deep. I'm feeling deep sickness in the pit of my stomach. And it's okay, because I know that means I'm on the correct path. I know that to grow my business to the next level, which is what I really, really want, to be a more inspiring leader, to help inspire and energize and lift and motivate others, this is what I need to do. And to help with my why, you know, I've rekindled my why. I know exactly what my new mission in life is. And it has to start with finding. I can't go straight to my new mission of helping with trafficked children, for example. That's what that's my absolute vision. And I know this is my stepping stone to that I want to skip. If I'm perfectly honest with you, I want to skip this part, and I'm not going to. You know, there might be some days that fear might stop me, right? So I ask myself the question, I ask you the question, are you going to let anything stop you from being in the arena? Are you going to let fear or whatever it is stop you from going out and finding? Because that's the initial stages. And the answer to that question might be yes, sometimes, right? Some moments you might back down. There might be someone you're in a conversation with and you might not say it. You might not say the words. I teach about oils. You might not bring that up in conversation. And this is okay. Don't judge yourself. Just get up the next day or the next minute, the next conversation, and step back into it and get your intentions in the right place and remind yourself who you are and why you're doing this, and get back into that finding zone. Okay, so it's all about being brave and courageous. And I can definitely tell you that if you're feeling uncomfortable, if you're feeling even sick to your stomach like I am, then you're definitely doing the right thing and you're definitely on the right path. And also, from my experience, generally speaking, the extent of that sick feeling, the extent of that uncomfortableness is pretty much matching to the jump that you're about to take, the leap your business is about to take, the leap you are about to take, okay, the growth you are about to experience. So actually, the bigger that sick feeling, go and throw yourself in, because you're about to take a big leap. Okay, so that's something I just wanted to say when it comes to this business and finding. So finding starts with your why. So to remind you, I know we've spoken about the why quite a few times this year. So just to remind you to get clear on your why and your purpose. And you probably have a bigger why. And then it's also important to have an initial why as well. So like why do you want to share the oils with just individual people as well as your big goal? You also need to have belief in the oils when you're sharing about the oils, and to attract builders, you need to have belief in the compensation plan. So if there are any niggling doubts and you're any niggling whatevers, then go and speak to someone who's successful. Go and read some success stories in the doTERRA magazine, the Living magazine. They have great success stories. And shut down that voice that says, oh, is it really going to happen? Is it, no, but can that person really do what I'm telling them they can do? Is doTERRA really a business that can make people really influential and also get money? You know, you've got to shut those things down and really get that belief in you. Matt Hall is an incredible presidential diamond, probably double actually, I'm not quite sure of his rank. Anyway, so he just posted on Instagram the other day, he had 19,000 new customers that month. He just kind of did a little snapshot of his back office. And it was like, wow. And us leaders, we have a leaders group in the UK, and we were just chatting about it and saying, that is incredible. And that just kind of reminds us that anything is possible, right? And Matt's always talking about that. It's the mindset. You know, they didn't grow their business very quickly, and then it took off, and then it's taken off to another level. But it's that belief. So if one person can do it, everyone can do it. You know, it's harder to be the trailblazer, but people are doing it. So people are being successful in doTERRA, so you can too, right? So get your belief there, and then that's going to help you find. And then just going back to your goal, then your why. So it's important to kind of not just focus on your long-term goal, because that can be a bit overwhelming. You know, I do have my big goal of being double creds. You know, I've shared that, and I feel like I'm a billion miles off it. And that can be overwhelming. And as I go about sharing one person, that little voice can come in saying, oh, what's that going to do? What's one person going to do to your big, massive goal, Bex? You know, and that can, like, again, stop you from sharing. And it's like, no, you know, don't get fixated on your end goal. Have your end goal and let it inspire, motivate you. And at the same time, I had to really remind myself why it was important to share with every single person, whether it's a granny that I know never is going to do the business. You know, I'm going to share with her because I believe in these oils and I believe this can help her. And of course, remember, you never know who that granny knows. She could be the grandma of this incredibly influential person that owns a wellness center. Not that you go into everything like in that way, right? But don't let those little niggling thoughts stop you from sharing with everyone. Share with everybody, trusting that each person you share with is going to take you towards that goal. Even, and actually especially, the ones that flat out reject you, okay? Because they're not part of your tribe, but they're getting you closer to your tribe. Because you've taken one out there. You've got to just keep going. And so look at rejection in a whole different way, that's moving you closer, and you're getting more practice, and you're showing the universe, you're showing God, you're showing whatever, that you're serious about this, and that gets you moving forward as well. So get that out of your head as well. Yes. So question, what is the biggest thing? So this, to go into the chat, please think of the biggest thing that stops you from sharing. What is the biggest thing? Is there one big thing? If there's a couple of things that are competing, you can feel free to add a few more as well. But let's have a look at some of the things that stop you from sharing. Nothing. Like it, Rick. That's brilliant. Might have you come on and share your mindset on that one, actually, because it's a good one to learn from each other, and that's cool. I'm just going to mute this person here. Okay, let's see some of these answers that come out and see if I felt them. I can guarantee I felt probably 99% of them. Let's have a look. Nothing. Can't say I've ever felt nothing. So that's amazing, Rick. That's fantastic. Fear of rejection. Yes, absolutely. It's in us, isn't it? As human beings, we want to be liked. We don't want to be rejected, and we make that mean so much as well. So until we spin the meaning of the rejection, it's not a rejection of us. They're just not ready. They're not ready for our message right now. And we've done our job in sharing. And it's, you know, just telling yourself that really quickly. And just when they say something like, when someone rejects me, I try and think of something loving to say, like, you know, just think, oh, have a wonderful day. You know, it's not like, so you don't go away with that, oh, rejection being the last thing as well. That fear of rejection, April, that's, yes. I think all of us can say we have that. And it gets less and less as you share. And again, you've got this incredible why, April. So when you're connected to your why, it's like, that's not going to stop you. You know, that's a very, I'm not saying this to you, I'm not going to be attacking anyone, don't worry, because I have this too. But actually, if you look at it, it's most of these things, in fact, are quite selfish. You know, they're all about us, aren't they? It becomes about how we're feeling. And that's going to stop us from serving the world. I don't think so, right? That's going to stop us from achieving our mission. No, because we're going to be self-absorbed and thinking about ourselves and how our feelings are, you know? So it's hard, and you have to like dig deep, but yes, it's the bigger picture. A network marketer. Ha! Is Nathan still on? Because Nathan can definitely come on and share his experience of that. Nathan will totally empathize with that one. And anyone else, so Saskia, if you have anything to say about these chats, Peter, if you have anything to say about these chats, and everyone, you know. In fact, I'd love Rick to just unmute yourself and just say what you mean by nothing then, Rick. So where's your attitude? Love it. Yellow t-shirt, you got sunshine all over you.
All right, hello everybody. The reason being because we were introduced to the oils by a lady called Liz Hind, because my wife Nicola was recovering from breast cancer, and I've always known about essential oils, and I said, yeah, fine, but I was skeptical. But using the frankincense on the scars and so forth, I was amazed. And also, she started to use Lifelong Vitality, LV, and always upbeat, etc. And so, being a chap, I thought, you know what, I'll dabble in this as well. And it's it's our way of life. It's as simple as that. So when people, and I get mocked by my mates all the time, and no, and I don't care. That's their loss. I know the benefits from it. If you want to hear, fine. If you don't, move on to the next. You know, there's billions of people on this planet. Don't just confine yourself to your little region. Go wide, go large. And so yeah, that's why I put nothing. I don't care. I love the products. I use them every day, and yeah, it works. So that's why I put nothing.
I absolutely love that, Rick. Do you have anything to say as well with your partner there? What's
Nicola?
Nicola.
Yeah. Good. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything, Nicola?
We can't understand why when you sample somebody and it blows their mind, and then say, oh, it's not for me. Or I've had people come up to me and say, well, I can get mine for £2. Crack on. You have your oils for £2. I don't care.
So much so, Rebecca, people have actually said to me, are you sure you've had cancer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I sort of jokingly say, yes, but I'm not showing you my scars because I haven't got any anymore, thanks to but yeah, in general,
it's your mindset. We're positive people, and don't come around me with your negativity, because I won't tolerate it. I will just blank you, because negative just drags you down. I haven't got time for it. I'm a busy man.
Yeah, busy serving others that want it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you very much for the invite.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you for coming on and sharing that. Can you just feel the energy from Rick there and Nicola, you know, and it's because they had this incredible experience with the oils. And I mean, that's a massive one, right? And yes, so true, Rick. You know, who are you to hold that in? Of course you're not embarrassed now. Like, make fun of me, whatever. I know this is going to help you, so I'm not going to stop at all. I love that. Now, not all of us have had cancer experiences, but this is where we get to lean on other people's experiences, right? So note that one down. Note Nicola's experience, note April's experience tonight. They're both powerful experiences, and you'll have your own experiences. And that's why a huge part of this business is continuously getting your experiences with the oils, because then it's like, how can I not share this with people? It just doesn't become a thing anymore. It's like, I can't not share this. This is going to help people. So I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone seen anything in the chat that they think I could answer that? I want to come on and say something about that. Then please do. I'll go through them. Otherwise, we'll go through them bit by bit. As I said, next week we'll split off into groups and you guys can like really chat to each other and share things as well. But okay, fear of rejection, we did that one. Being fear of judged for being network marketing. Nathan, you on? Maybe he had to go. He's at home with all the kids. Anyone else had that fear of network marketing?
Rebecca, I could help with the network marketing.
Thanks, Deborah. Amazing.
The thing is, the whole reason why doTERRA chose this business model was not really about network marketing. It was about the support, the network of support. They chose this model that when they wanted to bring these incredible oils to the marketplace, they thought, how are we going to get them out to the masses? And they started off with the parties, didn't they? It was the parties because they were sharing the oils, and then those people would become customers. They would get the support of the person that introduced them, and then if they wanted to start sharing, they would get the support to start sharing. It was just a massive network of everybody supporting everybody. So it's not like network marketing. So the government is a pyramid like network marketing. If you want to become the prime minister has to retire. But in this business, it's an upside down pyramid, because you can introduce somebody similar to how Becky Bowles introduced Rebecca, and Rebecca has grown hugely bigger than Becky Bowles. But we want people to do better than us. So it's not, you're not limited by the person that introduced you. So it's not like a pyramid. There's nothing negative about network marketing. Go out and read some of the books about network marketing, you know, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and what's his name? Kawasaki. I can't remember the name. Anyway, but it's understanding network marketing, because it's the most brilliant business model out there.
Love that. Oh, go on, Saskia.
Yes. Can I say something? I think very important is, yes, we are on the commission plan as a MLM company. But when you look on the whole industry, that's the only thing we have from an MLM company. We are complete different. That's why we have a so big number of customers. We have amazing commission plan. That's so unique in the whole world of MLM. And so, yes, we are on the MLM way. We pay as an MLM company. Why? It's the fairest way to pay people. And we are very unique. And that's why I say, please do every time again to the business plan and the business course doTERRA give for free. Go on this and make step by step this course to understand why doTERRA is doTERRA as a business model.
Love both those answers. Fantastic answers, fantastic. So yeah, to go and educate yourself. So if you've got doubts in that area, go and educate, you know, go and read those like GoPro with Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and go into that business course that Saskia suggested and really understand, listen to the leaders talking about. There's a really cool YouTube video or video on YouTube by the founders where they talk about setting up doTERRA, you know, understand the heart of the executives and where they came from and how they did, struggle with what should we do. And they found network marketing is the best model, like Deborah said, to lead with. And it's all about how we can reach the most amount of people to help them heal. And like Saskia said, yeah, we've got most of them are customers. So I tell people really boldly, when done right, network marketing is the best, most liberating business, fair business, as you guys both said, that you can possibly do. And I'm really proud of it. So then people will get curious and they'll ask you. And again, if they aren't interested, it doesn't matter. You go and find the ones that are. So fantastic answers there. Okay. No, marketing, don't want to come across salesy, unnatural, as that's not me. It's not coming across salesy. I can relate to that. That was definitely me at the beginning, and still I have to remind myself of that one. Anyone else want to say anything about that?
I don't want to steal all the spotlight or anything, but I'd like to share with what I say, because like I don't talk about the business on my class. Okay, that's just me.
Okay.
But I do say, however, you might be like me once you feel the impact of the oils, that you just cannot keep quiet about it, that you want to shout it from the rooftops. You will not sit by and watch a loved one or a friend suffering. You will say, here, try some of this. And when they come back to you, like they do to me, and say, oh my goodness, Deb, I've got to have this in my life. How much is it? Where do I get it from? I say, look, I don't sell oils. I'd be doing you a disservice to sell you an oil, because you'd be missing out on all of the benefits of a doTERRA membership. So come on a class, get all of the information and the education. If after that you still want to buy an oil, I'll sell you an oil. And that's how I do with it. And it's such a passive way, because I want to help heal the world. I want to educate the world. You put a lot of people off that would use, this is my opinion, okay? But you would put a lot of people off that might want to use the oils, because they think, oh no, I don't want an MLM, I don't want to sell the oils, I'm not interested in selling. I said, this is not about selling oils, this is about helping people heal. This comes from the heart. I genuinely want to share this incredible gift with you. So they come on my class, they know I'm not selling oils, and I say to them, look, don't worry about taking notes, don't worry about taking snapshots. At the end, if you share with me the best thing you took from the class, what you enjoyed the most, I'll answer all of your questions. I'll send you an email with a link to the slides. You can use them as your notes, but I put the links in that they can order the oils. But I do say to them at the end of the class, I say, right, okay, any more questions? And they say, no, that's it. Right, are you ready then? Are you ready to join our incredible doTERRA family? And they say yes, and we say, right, let's get it, let's get you into, get your oils on their way. Or if they say, well, I want to have a think about it, I said, it's okay, I'm not trying to sell you oils, I'll send you the email. And then they see the links, because we can generate the links, and so many of mine just do it themselves afterwards.
Amazing. I love that, the way you do that. That's really good. And can you see that? That's not like if you're on the receiving end of that, you wouldn't feel like Deborah's desperate trying to just do a sell, would you? Like, you'd definitely get the feeling that she cares, she really wants to teach you, and she's really passionate, she really believes in what she's selling. So she doesn't want to just do a quick sell and move on, and that's the message. That's what you want to convey in your natural way. Again, like, Rick with his incredible experience with Nicola's cancer, like, who's going to feel like they're going to be sold to if they've got cancer, and Rick's like, I've got something that could help, and this is what happened to my wife, or this is what happened to my wife, and this could also help your headache too. It doesn't have to be cancer, but sharing things that you've experienced. And I feel like if it's genuine in your heart, if you're not, so this is where it's important to get clear on your why, right? If your why is focused on money, and it's okay if you're driven by money, that's okay as well. And if you're not believing in the oils and you're in doTERRA trying to make some quick money, then that will come across salesy. You will definitely come across salesy. And those kind of people generally don't last in doTERRA. I don't think anyone that comes in and stays in that mindset does well in doTERRA. The people that do well in doTERRA are those that genuinely use these products, and then the passion just comes out, right? And even if you're nervous as you're sharing because you're feeling like uncomfortable or awkward, no one's going to think you're trying to sell to them. So you just got to keep just doing it, and just keep telling yourself, I actually really care about people, and that will come out. It will come out. And it's just a change in mindset. How on earth are you going to help the world heal if you can't sell the oils? You've got to own that. So at some point you've got to own, I've got to sell these oils, because that's the only way people's lives are going to change by them, right? The only way to empower them. Yes, Saskia.
So I think the very important thing is don't be a seller. No, never. So when people ask me, how much is the lavender oil? Sorry, I don't know. Definitely, I don't know it. I don't know the price of lavender.
Yeah.
It's not my thing to know the price. My work is only to be not a perfect person in the business world. I don't know every answer. That's so important. Show the people the way they can have their own informations and be only the person to say, I'm the person to give you the way to have the best oil in the world in your family for the best price for you. That's the only thing, it's my thing to do. Bring the people back to the natural roots, and that's all.
I love it. I love it. And you know, who's scared about sharing like that? It takes away, doesn't it? That ickiness, the fear goes when you're sharing like that. It's just being kind. You're just serving your big family out there. It's lovely. Okay, what's the time? We're going to finish at 8. And I want to set some challenges in the end. So we'll just have a look at, I'll take some pictures of this chat in a second. Oh, don't want to do that. Let's see, is anyone in particular sort of got something they really want a burning kind of answer to from these things that hold you back from sharing? Self-doubt. Okay, self-doubt. So that's where you need to work on you. This is why doTERRA is a great personal development journey. And it really is, and it never, ever ends. And it's exciting and it stretches you. And again, the way to dissipate self-doubt is to get into action. Because your mind, the longer you're in inaction, the bigger these self-doubts will get, right? And your brain will look for evidence. And if you don't have action to kind of blast that one away, then it will often win, right? It will just tell you that you're not this, you're not that, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So get out and just start talking, and then you'll realize you can do this. So that's the main way. Of course, there's great mindset books out there, courses as well that you can go on if you want to. Go running every day or something, you know, go in nature, feed your soul, listen to motivation music. And the quickest way to get out of self-doubt is, I think, is action. Anyone else want to say anything about that? Please do.
Yes, one thing, sorry, but it's
great. I love it. Diamond from Germany, share.
Yes, I had a call last week with a couple of my leaders, and I think it's so important. Don't think you need to have courses and lectures to pay before you can be a leader or share with something, the business or whatever. Please, 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 you don't not give out money for any courses. Everything what you need, you will have in doTERRA.
Absolutely, Saskia, absolutely. Yeah, you don't need these other things. doTERRA is the perfect personal development journey for you, and you don't need anything else to be successful. Absolutely. I completely agree, Saskia. I'm just reading some more of these chats. So quite a few people put thumbs up too. I think Abigail, you put something. Where was it? Abigail, where did you gotta go? I missed, scroll past it. Saw thumbs up. Abigail, okay. Oh, fear they will think it's too expensive. Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes. And so one side to this is you've got to realize, you know, for yourself again. So do you believe they're too expensive? You know, or do you believe they're exactly how they should be, or perhaps even cheaper? You know, they could be more expensive. So as you start again to educate yourself of the whole journey of that oil, so how much material is needed to make one bottle of frankincense? Like when I first discovered that, so if you watch the sourcing frankincense video on YouTube, I was like, oh my goodness. So these guys leave their homes for 3 months, and they go and harvest, and they score the trees, and they have to wait and come back the next month, and I think score them again and come back, and then eventually collect the sap, and they collect so much resin, like masses of resin, maybe like 2 rooms full. I can't remember exactly how much. And then the local women will come together and they'll sort through the resin, and they discard 80% of it doesn't match up. And then from that last bit of resin, they get the 1 bottle or 2 bottles of frankincense or whatever it is. You know, so you get my point, and it's different for different oils. Obviously lemon doesn't take as much raw material, which is why that's cheaper. So again, it's through education. So learn about these oils, learn why lemon is so much cheaper than frankincense. You know, those are the things, because there's another question in a second that says you're scared of not knowing the answer to everything. Like Saskia Diamond doesn't know the cost of lavender. I pretty much don't know the cost of most of the oils either, you know, and it doesn't matter. And actually, like Saskia's point was, you don't need to with that for sure. But even if there's answers that you think you should know, you don't need to know them at all, right? You're not the knowledge of knowledge. You are the messenger. And actually, the less you know, the better. Just go and share. And that shows how, you know, genuine and passionate as well you are. And you can just match people to the answers, right? The answers are in the books. So back to the expensiveness of the oils. Once you understand that journey and that there's no impurities in them, like no other oil on the planet has that, all the testing that then has to go into it and the expense of that. There are no shortcuts taken. And then doTERRA pay a fair wage. So another thing that could make them cheaper is if we rip off the farmers, right? Like every other company, not every other company, but many companies do. They rip off the farmers. To go and watch some Vetiver, the sourcing one there, where they pay their farmers the wage they're supposed to get paid. They don't overpay them, but they're not underpaying them. And that's what most middlemen out there, because there's usually a middleman, will rip off the farmers. So they can't even afford to properly grow these oils. And that's why they have to harvest them ahead of the time normally, which makes them not as powerful. So, you know, you don't have to tell the customer everything, but if you go and educate yourself in that, that's one of the areas I feel like you do need to know about.
Yeah.
Because you need to know the expense of these oils. And then it's like, these oils are not expensive. These oils are incredible, you know, yeah. So, and that comes from you, and then people can save up, you know, but people, and also helping people see that you don't want to be putting chemicals on your skin that's going to do damage. If you've got cancer, go on, who wants to say something?
I feel like because I do feel that passionate, I do feel that excited and enthusiastic, because I've been researching it. I've only been really aware of doTERRA for the last 4 months, but I feel like, because it's the products are my serious day-to-day survival kit, so I'm so excited to share that, and I've never been afraid to tell people or share what I know is working for me. And when I've watched all the videos and I've really educated myself about the way they extract and harvest and farm all the things, like I'm so aware of how wonderful it is. I just find that possibly the people that I engage with and meet and know on a regular basis are the people that possibly are not ready to invest in themselves to that kind of financial degree. But I feel like I'm talking myself out of that. And I don't really know. I think I know that it's going to be too expensive. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I get in my own head that I feel anxious to then kind of, they say, oh, could you send me a link for the past tense? I had a couple of ladies at church on Sunday, and we got into a brilliant conversation about all these things that I've been trying that have been working for me, and really similar ailments that they've had, and they could resonate with me, and they were like, yeah, we'd love to know more. And I'm like, right, let's get a group of us together. And I don't feel nervous to do any of that. I just feel like it's like once they know the prices and what it means for them to fully engage, I can feel them almost go, okay, that's a lot. That's a big thing. So it's just that moment. And I mean, I've had some success, but I've explained and I've shared and I've done what I thought I could in samples, and then not a lot's come from it. And I know I'm very early days,
but
it does kink my desire to continue in that same enthusiastic way. Does that make sense?
Totally makes sense. And I've definitely gone through that. I think probably most people on this call have gone through that for sure, Abigail. And so the thing to catch, I think Deborah wants to say something, is to just filter that out of your head. Don't let that now become your story, because that's not everyone's story. And when you educate, so it's always through education. So some of these people might be rejecting it because they're not quite understanding
Yeah.
the potential of these oils yet. So I generally hold back on the price until they're educated.
Well, I don't know the prices. That's another brilliant thing. Who was it that said she didn't know the prices? Saskia. I don't know. She asked me about past tense. She's tried it twice at church on a Sunday, and she came to me and was like, I need to buy it. I need it. I've tried oils before and nothing's worked like this oil. And I could see the excitement in her face. And she was like, how much is it? And I went, I have no idea, but let me share some information. So I'm kind of with Saskia on that. My enthusiasm, knowing that it works, knowing that it's the best product out there for this particular pain. And she obviously wants to know more and is excited to learn more. So it is good to not know the prices. And I don't busy myself or try and learn those or memorize those. You're right, what I need to be memorizing and sharing more is the backstory of all these incredible oils and what it takes to get them, and how many, there's 50 lemons in a lemon oil.
Yeah.
You know, I need to know that stuff more so, for sure.
Yes, and also, you know, that the oils last such a long time. Like, so yes, relatively they could seem expensive, right? But you only need 1 to 2 drops. You know,
it's so potent, so beautiful. Yeah,
it can last for. I mean, we all know I go through them quite quickly, but they could last a long
I do.
time.
Can I just say, Rick, I've been the one buying the £2 oils, Rick, for years. Yeah. And now I'm like, oh, tea tree really smells and works like this, not like the £2 rubbish bottle that I've been using all that time. So now I'm like, oh, it's been like a revelation. Honestly, I've got 6 children. I've got an expensive, like, ongoing life. So I've always bought cheap. And I'm like, actually, you know what? No more. I'm investing in the good stuff, because that's what we need. That's what our bodies need. That's what my kids' bodies need. Yeah. I've been too busy scrimping and scraping and not taking our health as seriously as I probably could have done, and putting the price where it needs to be. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The quality and the value. Yeah. So I'm on it. I'm on a journey.
Yes, you are. You totally will. You totally will. And the more you own it, and the more you kind of just, you know, don't get fazed by that, then the more that will you'll just find that people won't have those obstacles as much. That's kind of what happened with me as I started sharing more. Like my first 3, 4, 5 months of sharing, I don't feel like I sold anything really at my classes, hardly anything, you know, and then it got more and then more. And then I had like 4 people sign up at a class once, and that was like, oh my goodness, the best class ever. And then I started to expect that, and it started to happen more. Do you know what I mean? So
that's so great. Yeah,
it's definitely big part of it is mindset, and then the knowledge as well. And then just also treating everyone as an individual in terms of, remember, they're on their journey. And actually, if we can just work with their budgets too sometimes. So I used to always sell kits. And then Vanessa Ovens, this amazing president that came over from Australia, so that she says to people, look, let's work with your budget. You know, I'm going to show you the oils that I think will be best for you. Yeah. And don't try and put, you know, that they can get their membership in a few oils, if that's what, you know, I feel like a kit is often good because it gets them more used to, well, you get more results, don't you, from the kit, I'd say. Like if you just sell one oil, sometimes they don't get the results. So I do think that's best, but there's not one way, Abigail. So, you know, you get people going, and certainly in a network group of people, as soon as some people start having experiences, that rubs off on others, and they'll start to
wildfire. Yeah. You
know what I mean? Anyway, Debbie, you've got a quick something to say, and then I'm going to set you guys a challenge.
Thank you.
Thanks, Abigail. I just want to talk about the price of oils. I wanted to reiterate what Saskia said, is that we don't talk about the price of oils. Don't get into the conversation about price. I don't know about everyone else, but my prime objective is to get people on a class, because you can't convince somebody in a conversation, but you can very cleverly, the way we word it in the class, explain to them that not all oils are created equal. You cannot trust what's on the label is in the bottle, and explain about the code on the bottom and all the testing. And I won't go into it because you all know this, but then they're seeing it in the way that it's explained, and it's like a light bulb goes on, and then we go on to explain about the cost per drop or whatever. So, you know, you cannot compare the cost of our oils with anything else on the marketplace. We already established that. So it's a no-brainer. They then think, oh my goodness, I've got to have these oils because I only need 1 drop at a time. And there's no point me just getting one because I've seen the 10 core oils. I need that one, I need that one, I need that one. Right, the Home Essentials kit is the best value. And that's what we do.
Yeah. Deborah, just quickly, I'm so sorry, you probably need to finish the thing, but Deborah, do you just do all your classes online? Because that's something I could really do with help with.
Yeah.
About who does them in person? Does everybody still do parties in person?
I do. I like person.
Yeah. I just need to be brave and just go for it and do one in person for sure.
Oh, you'll love it, Abigail. Your personality will love it.
I need to just
more from it. I mean, I like online too, but I like person.
Yeah. I need to ask for some help from you amazing people that have been doing it a lot longer.
Exactly. And we can talk about that next month. You can bring up your own stuff and that'd be great. Go to groups and things and talk about So I'm just gonna end the call because it's gone past 8. So in the chat, I've got my challenges for you guys, especially those that said they're in the arena. You've got to accept this. The others of you can choose if you want to accept this. If you want to grow your business, I suggest you accept these challenges. So challenge number 1 is to chat to at least 50 new people between now and next team call, which is in October, so the 2nd week in October. Okay. Now you can then choose, because some of you will be everyone's at different levels of what they're already doing. So there's the bronze, which is just literally to chat. So take the pressure off, so these are for those of you that are just really kind of held back by your fears and aren't really chatting to people because you're really scared to come across whatever. Just get into the habit of chatting, just meeting new people, just sharing your personality, just loving people, and go out and just chat with people. So that's your challenge. If you feel like you're up for the next level, the silver level, that's in each of these conversations, your intention, doesn't mean you have to, but your intention is certainly to drop in what you do, right? So whatever you say, I educate on natural medicine, I teach people about how to use these wonderful oils for healing, whatever it is, you want to bring up the oils, I use oils for natural medicine. Would you be interested? Blah, blah, blah. Bringing oils up into the conversation is level silver. Gold is then to share details. The gold level of this is to get their details, preferably, or, or we can share them, that you can share yours. And actually more leaders I'm speaking to now just trust more and just share theirs. So it's different to what we used to teach, like you have to get their details. So again, as long as some detail sharing is going on, that's gold level. Then diamond level is invite to come to whatever you've got going on. So whether it's a one-on-one, it could be a recorded class thing, it could be online or a live class, right? So you're going to invite them to learn more. So that's your diamond challenge. So write down now and tell your accountability partner. So it could be your husband, your partner, could be your upline, crossline, downline. If you don't have an accountability partner, then please, that's another challenge you've got, is to get one. It could be someone on this call that you thought, oh, I want to connect with that person and ask them to be your accountability partner. Next month, we're going to come back and report a bit on how you're doing, and you can share in your groups how you've done. So you need some accountability there. Great. And then your next challenge 2 is, I'm on point for that. Fantastic, Beryl. So if this is just such an easy challenge for you, then, I mean, of course, meeting 50 new people and doing all this is fantastic. But then also, I'm going to ask you to challenge 2 is to create your finding plan for the next 3 months. So that's taking you all the way up to Christmas time, right? So you've got to be seeing how you can find 50 new people each month up to Christmas. That's 150 people you're going to be talking to between now and Christmas, right? And so you might be thinking, how am I going to find these people? And as you start doing it this month, as you get into action, you'll think, oh, I could collaborate with this person. How do I actually meet 50 new people? That's quite a lot, actually. And ideas will hopefully come. And again, we can share the ideas you've had next month with each other, and we can get ideas from each other. So they're your things. Now, if you're smashing this already, then it's like looking at your next 3 months plan of like, well, how many classes are you doing? Are you doing like at least 2 classes a month? If you're smashing this, you probably want to be doing 2 classes a month and enrolling 6 people a month as your goal. That's your intention. How are you going to be doing that? So I hope you're getting the idea of these calls now is to really bring everyone in together, and whatever stage you're at and whatever your commitment is in doTERRA, hopefully you can like adjust everything to what your need is. But the main thing is that we all step into the next level of action together. Okay, we all step into facing our fears and growing together, because we all have them. I've shared mine, and I'll be sharing what I've done this month as well, which makes me feel a bit sick too. So I'm with you right there, and we can all do it together, and we can elevate together too and overcome these obstacles. And you know, we're not defined by the success of our doTERRA business, and we are defined by whether we're in the arena or not in our life and in this business. So thank you for joining me on this team call tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for everyone's input. Lots of love and success to you all. See you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll take a picture of this chat.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, come back in now. I'm finished. I'm just taking a picture of this chat before I come off. Thank you so much.
Have you got work from home tomorrow?
I am working. Yes, that's what I've come away to do. I mean, I'm not doing any more Zooms.
If it drops, I'm out. I can leave you a key and just sit there. I mean, I'm out.
I'll just come off this.